Hi, I'm Daniel Fisher, Director of Product Optimization here at Sweetwater Sound, and today I am very lucky to get to show you the prototype of the new Moog Sub Phatty subtractive analog synthesizer. This is an amazing synthesizer, especially when you consider the price point that this is coming in at, and it is absolutely stock full of features, including lots and lots of real-time knobs. You can get to filter and resonance and attack, decay, sustain, release all at the same time. All of these knobs are available at the front panel. They're also available via MIDI. You can use MIDI cable, you can use USB. You also have analog control inputs for your filter, your amp, your pitch, and gate. So it's really a triple threat in terms of interface. And it has a small keyboard. It's only 25 keys. But what you should think of this as an incredibly powerful module that just happens to have a nice little keyboard there, but you can connect any keyboard from 61 keys to 88 keys, whatever you want, because this certainly will go that entire range. But it does have a really useful octave button right there in your left hand, and so you can do some rapid things, and I'll show you that. In terms of the layout, it's basically a 2-oscillator synth. Each of the oscillators has 4-octave range knobs, and it has the ability to do hard sync. Each of the oscillators has a continuous wave shape, so you can go from triangle to saw to square to pulse, and you can go to everything in between, and you can even modulate that. Like I mentioned before, you have 2 oscillators plus a sub-oscillator. That's why they call it a Sub Phatty. And so it's basically a square wave an octave below that that can create incredibly fat sounds. And you've got noise right from the front panel with a knob, a big old filter cutoff knob with resonance, and then this new thing called multi-drive. So what they're doing, as you probably listen to modern music, right now distorted synth is a big deal. And they're really tapping into that by giving you 2 different places to do distortion. One, if you move your oscillator mixer knobs beyond like 2/3, you'll start overloading into the filter, which is a very cool sound. And then as you start turning up the multi-drive, you start having distortion after the filter as well. So you have 2 different stages of distortion that's all connected to this one knob, as well as your mixer output knobs. Gives you a lot of power. And then your standard attacks, decay, sustain, release for both your envelopes, for your filter and your amplifier. You've got a separate volume output for your master and your headphone, which is very convenient. You've got a glide rate, fine tune, and this thing stores presets. So you can store 16 presets, as well as the ability to instantly go to the active panel just by hitting that button. Your modulation section has a lot of choices. You got triangle, square, saw, ramp, sample and hold, and you can also use your filter envelope generator as a modulation source. Then you can send that to pitch amount, filter amount, and modulate the wave shape, which is a very cool sound. You even have a button that allows you to do pitch amount only to oscillator 2, and you have a button that does hard sync to oscillator 2. On top of that, there's a whole bunch of under the panel features, and it's extremely powerful that way. In fact, they have a chart that shows you how to use these buttons to change pitch bend depth all the way up to 24 octaves, pitch bend up, pitch bend down, glide legato, glide types. You can have 4 different filter poles, 1, 2, 3, or 4 poles. You can choose your wave mod destination, LFO pitch tracking, LFO range, how your envelopes are gated, as well as lots and lots of MIDI control and how MIDI signals are brought in, brought out, if they're merged, if you're using USB and MIDI, both, either one. Again, complete flexibility, and every couple of days they send me a new operating system, and this thing adds more features, so I suspect there's even more to come. So I know you want to hear it, so I'm just going to do a lot of playing with this thing and hope you enjoy it. Now we'll throw some effects on it. Everything you've heard so far has been pure Sub Phatty. I'll throw on the Clusterflux for a little bit of stereo ambience and the Moogerfooger MF104M delay. Now we can do a little bit of sweeping through the delay here. Clearly an amazing synthesizer. Let's try some other things. Now these preset buttons can also be used to do a whole bunch of under the hood features. For example, if I want to change pitch bend depth, I just hold this, put it into the panel mode, and this is the button for pitch bend, and this is pitch bend up, and this will be 24 keys, so this is 24 steps. And I can do the same thing for pitch bend down. Again, 24 steps. Now I have 24 steps up and 24 steps down. So clearly these oscillators have a lot of harmonic potential to offer. They're new oscillators for Moog. One of the best features about them is that they're rock stable. You don't have to let this synth warm up. You turn it on, it is in tune, it stays in tune, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what can be done with these things. That into the multi-drive adds an entirely new potential for sound creation on these things. And again, if you want a lot more range, you can plug any range keyboard into this, a 49, 61, 88 note keyboard. Think of this really as just a way to quickly work your sounds, but when you're ready to go to town, plug this into a bigger thing. But it makes for an incredibly light package to take. The cost is fantastic, and it has tons of features. If you have any further questions, please contact your Sweetwater Sales Engineer. My name is Daniel Fisher. Thank you again for listening.